If you don't know me, I'm Gigi. I've been doing videos for YogaVibes for so many years. I took a break when I had my twins, and it's been a little while now, and now we're back, and technology is amazing. So for those of you at home too, we're working with 2 blocks, and we've got a blanket. You can also do blocks, bolsters, straps, if you like all of the above. We're so happy to incorporate your props, really get the best out of your time. Okay, so what I always like to say is yoga works for everybody. Maybe not every single type of yoga works for every single type of body or person, but really, I mean, when it comes down to it, moving consciously with your breath can benefit you, even if you are restricted to a wheelchair, even if you think that you're not flexible enough. I mean, it really doesn't matter what your excuse might be. There is something you can do, even if it's just breathing. Even if it's just focusing on the breath, that is yoga. Really working on the union of your body and your mind and your breath and your movement is what it's all about, right? So let's actually start laying down. So you might not be able to see your phone or your computer right now if you're laying down, and that's okay, because really you just need to listen to my voice. The reason why I like to start practice laying down is because you don't have to be uncomfortable. Sitting can actually be uncomfortable. But if you're laying down and it's uncomfortable, then let's bend the knees. And maybe that makes it less uncomfortable, and you can take your feet wider apart and let the knees drop in together. Or you could put something under your knees, okay? Or we could figure out some variation to make laying down comfortable. So like I said, really, yoga is all about creating a union of your mind and your body and your movement and your breath. And when we connect to our breath, we are actually connecting to our body's energy. So start to deepen your inhale to bring more energy into your body. And then lengthen your exhale to release any tension. Deepen your inhale to fill up with fresh new energy. And then lengthen your exhale to relax and let go. Inhale the energy you're looking to cultivate. Exhale to let go of energy that you no longer need. Okay, and take a few more breaths here. Just tuning into the fact that you are taking a live yoga class. And if something doesn't make sense, you could type in a question into the comments. If you are like, oh, my friend in London would love this class, you can tag him or her in the comments, and you might win a tank top at the end of this class, right? This is a very modern approach to this whole yoga thing. So don't worry, it's not like we're in studio and you have to be silent and can't touch your technology. We invite you. We are willing to try this new and different and modern method of yoga. Okay? We're going to start to straighten out the legs if they aren't already. Put your hands on your belly. You might slide one hand up to the heart. And I like to think of the belly or this idea of our gut, our inner knowing, and then our heart, the home of our light and our inner wisdom. And just connect to your inner teacher and your inner knowing. And just ask yourself, what is my intention for this practice? How do I want to feel when I finish? And then I challenge you to take that word or that intention and try creating an affirmation with it, an I am statement. So for me, I really want to feel balanced at the end of this practice. And so I might repeat to myself, I am balanced. Okay, so you can use my affirmation or make one of your own. And then on an inhale, start to stretch your arms up overhead. Start to point your toes out in front of you and might take a yawn. Reach. Big inhale, and then exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Give your knees a squeeze. Hug yourself like you're seeing an old friend you haven't seen in a long time. Like if I were seeing Whitney, who's watching right now, I'd give you the biggest hug. So hug your knees like you're seeing an old friend. And then place the feet on the floor, knees bent. We're gonna just take one bridge pose. Hands down next to the hips. Feet press into the floor. And as you inhale, lift the hips up. Press into all four corners of both feet. Lift the hips, lengthen the spine. Feel your legs activating. Okay, if you feel good here, you might even start to reach your arms up and overhead. Palms can face each other. If that doesn't feel good, don't do it. Yeah, arms can be up or thumbs could even be touching the wood. Take one more inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower your arms, lengthen the spine, lower your hips back to the floor. Okay, start to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. And again, if you're 35 months pregnant, if being on your back doesn't feel good, you could do this seated as well. Come back to center. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Good, you could stay in a figure four, or you could draw the left leg in and thread the needle. And just to show you, if you were seated, you would just be like this. You'd be up, but doing the same thing. And let's flex the feet, pulling the toes back, pressing the heels forward. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release, lower the feet back to the floor. And then second side, left ankle over the right thigh. You can stay here or draw the right leg in and thread the needle. So the feet are flexed, and as you draw the right knee towards you, you're pressing the left knee away from you. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, release both feet back to the floor. Okay, hug your knees into your chest. We're going to take a nice gentle twist. Both knees drop over to your left. If you want to gaze back to the right, you can. You might need a sigh. And then inhale your knees up through center. And exhale your knees over to the right. And you might turn your head to look back towards the left. And again, a sigh might feel nice. And then depending on how you like to transition, if you want to roll all the way to your right side to press yourself up, you can. If you want to come back to center and rock and roll your way up, you can. We're going to come around onto hands and knees, tabletop position. So remember, if you're at home and you're watching this, for your chance to win one of these tank tops, you just tag a friend in the comments below. Okay, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees, hips distance apart. As you inhale, cow's breath, heart opens between the arms. As you exhale, push into your hands, round your back like a Halloween cat. Inhale, cow's breath, heart forward. You might stick out your tongue as you exhale. Round your back. 3 more times. Inhale, cow's breath. Exhale, cat's breath. Press your heart to the sky. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come back up through center. You might walk your hands an inch or 2 forward, and then curl your toes under and exhale up and back to downward dog. So imagine that I were behind you, using my hands on the tops of your thighs, drawing the tops of your thighs back. So this energy brings weight into the legs. And then if you want to bend one knee at a time, you can to stretch out your legs. If you feel like shaking out your head, you can. And then let's walk the hands back to the feet. Good. Hang in your forward fold. Hold opposite elbows, or some of you might like to interlace your hands behind your head or interlace the hands behind your back. You might want to sway a little bit. And then release your hands. Let them arms dangle. Fingertips to your shins. Inhale, halfway up. And then exhale, fold back down. And bring your feet hips distance if they aren't already. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. One more time. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. And let your arms dangle. You're going to slowly roll up like a zombie in Michael Jackson's Thriller video. Come all the way to stand at the back of your mat. Let's roll the shoulders one time. Inhale up towards your ears. Exhale back and down. So it's nice to just notice what's happening with your pelvis. Some of us have the tendency to tilt forward, which can overextend the low back. Some of us sit with a tilt, tucking our tailbone under us. So you might just take a moment to place your hands on your front and your back. And you want to feel this sense of lengthening the tailbone, a little lift of the pubic bone, so that if your pelvis were like a margarita, let's say, you wouldn't want to tip or drop, right? You just want to have a nice bowl in your pelvis. And then relax your arms by your sides, and the buttocks flesh are moving towards the heels. You might even squeeze a bit of your pelvic floor to lift up through the spine. And once again, inhale, shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, back and down. And think of lifting through the crown of your head, and maybe even drawing the head back slightly so the ears are over your shoulders. And I know that might feel funny, but we're looking for better posture, more energy through the body. And then on an inhale, sweep the arms up. Interlace the fingers as you exhale, soften the shoulders and reach the palms to the sky. Okay, lift up as you inhale, and then exhale to your right. So it might be opposite. We might be doing opposite from you watching. You're stretching out the left side, and then inhale up through center. Exhale to the left. Stretch out your right side. On an inhale, come up through center. Lengthen the tailbone. You might even lean back. And exhale, release the hands, forward fold. You might have bent knees. Inhale, halfway up, gaze forward. And then exhale, walk the hands forward, find downward facing dog. So this is what I'm talking about. If you were pregnant and you had a baby belly, you could always walk your hands forward and back and do your salutations from the back of the mat. Okay, on an inhale, shift forward to plank, top of your push-up. And you could always pop your knees down on the floor behind the hips and still work the strength of your body. Okay, legs are active, side body is active. Take one more inhale, and you can always lower your knees before exhaling all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes, find the tops of your feet, and reach your arms down alongside your body. So you want the palms facing in towards your thighs, so your thumbs are facing down. And then press down into your feet and inhale, lift your heart, broaden the collarbones ever so slightly, lengthen the tailbone. One more inhale, and exhale, lower. You could keep your hands like that, or you could interlace your hands behind your back if you can reach. Press into the feet, inhale, lift up, reach the fingertips back towards the heels, lengthen the tailbone, keep breathing. On an exhale, lower, and then you can undo the hands, interlace them opposite thumb and index finger on top, press into your feet, inhale, lift, lengthen the tailbone, outer ankles in, good, another breath, and on an exhale, release, bring the hands back under your shoulders. Okay, one time we're gonna find a cobra pose, pressing into the tops of the feet, inhale, lift, broaden the collarbone, so most of the work is in your core and your legs, not in your hands. Exhale, fold, and then curl the toes under. You could leave the knees on the floor, or you could firm your thighs and lift your knees, and either press to all fours or press to plank pose. and back to down dog. So let's try to slow it down. Find a vinyasa with a breath per motion. As you inhale, you glide forward to plank with control. Knees or no knees, exhale, lower to the earth. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose, broadening across your collarbones. Exhale, back down, curling the toes under and pressing yourself up to plank. Inhale, and back to down dog, exhale. Let's just try it one more time for good measure. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees or no knees, all the way or halfway down. Inhale for cobra, if you're ready, up dog, straight arms, thighs lifted, and exhale, back, down dog. Okay, so if you're just joining us and you're like, what's going on? We're doing a live yoga class, and we're catering it towards you. I mean, we're gonna do what we wanna do, but if you chime in on the comments and say, hey, I'm really curious about this pose, I will deliver. If you have an injury, let me know. And if you want to win one of these awesome tank tops, tag a friend in the comments. Okay, on your next inhale, lift the hips high, come up onto your toes, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Sweep your arms, inhale to rise, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's try 3 sun salutations to honor the light in each of us, honor the light in each other, and honor the light around all of us at all times. Okay, inhale, arms sweep up, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or float if that's your practice, back to plank and lowering, Chaturanga. Inhale for your heart opener, Bhujangasana is Cobra, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, back down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, or child's pose, Balasana. In down dog, your hands are shoulders distance or a little wider, feet are hips distance or a little wider, and if you feel tight, you can always create a nice little micro bend in your knees. Long, deep breath, you're dragging along the back of your throat, creating a wave-like sound. On your next inhale, you'll lift your hips, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or float to your hands. Inhale, halfway up to elongate the spine. Exhale to fold back down. And on an inhale, sweep your arms as you rise, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to plank and lower. Inhale for your heart opener. Exhale, back to down dog. Okay, the truth is you might need extra breaths here and there. You might be doing different variations. The idea is we're just going to create this short, hopefully well-rounded practice. And the good news is that it will be available after this live experience as well, so you can come back to it. Okay, let's finish one more cycle. On to the toes as you inhale. Look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, walk, step, or float forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Sweep the arms, inhale and rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to plank and lower. Inhale for your heart opener. And exhale, down dog. Okay, we're gonna move on from this one because it's a short practice. So we'll inhale the right leg up, keep the hips neutral. Exhale the right knee to your nose in plank. Good, now inhale the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Stay on your left toes. Inhale forward and up for crescent pose. So with crescent pose, we want to think about the pelvis again, right? And a lot of times, because this is a nice deep lunge. Our pelvis has the tendency to tip forward, so that yummy margarita, even if it was a virgin margarita, is spilling forward. So you want to soften the back knee and lengthen your tailbone. Lift the pubic bone so that you're keeping the pelvis nice and neutral. And you could straighten the back leg any amount, and you could touch your palms if you'd like. And if you want to challenge your balance, look up at your thumbs. One more inhale, and then exhale, hands to the earth. Okay, let's pause here for a moment. So if you have blocks, you can use them as well. We're going to spin the left heel down and seal up the left foot. Keep your right knee bent, right hand outside your right foot, maybe on your block. So left heel spins down. Hug the right hip under your body and reach the left arm up. So it's a warrior one stance, but you're in a side angle. And remember, your block has 3 levels, so if you need your block to be tall, it can be. Yeah, and your left arm could be up, or if you prefer reaching the left arm over, that's okay, but we're working the side body, lots of length through the side body. Good, one more inhale. And then exhale, the left hand comes down, spin onto your left toes. And then if you're on your blocks, scoot the blocks, plant the hands, step back to plank, optional vinyasa. You might need a lion's breath, let's face it. Okay, left leg up, inhale, hips stay neutral. One time, exhale, the left knee to your nose in plank. Inhale the left leg up and back again. And then exhale, step the left foot forward, stay on your right toes, inhale forward and up for crescent pose. So feet need to be hips distance here. Okay, remember that bowl of your pelvis. We don't want it to tilt forward and spill, so we want to soften the back knee, lengthen the tailbone, lift behind the heart. Back leg can straighten any amount, but if you want to touch the palms, you can. And if you want to challenge your balance, look up at your thumbs, you can. One more inhale. And exhale with control, hands back to the floor. Okay, spin your right heel down, seal up the right foot. So nice warrior one stance, heel to heel. The left hand stays outside the left foot on the block, and open the right arm up. And as you're rotating, you're hugging the left hip under, and you're looking for a 90-degree bend in the left knee. So if you need to bring your right foot a little forward, you can, or scoot the right foot back. Side angle, shoulders away from the ears. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, the right hand down, spin onto your right toes, scoot the blocks, step back to plank for a vinyasa or down dog for a break. Okay, so wherever you are in the world, I know some of you are in Arkansas right now, it might be a little later in the day, you might need to take more breaks, you might need more child's pose. Some of you might be early morning, who knows? You might be watching in Hawaii, and you might really like to increase the heat. So do you, we're just creating a framework, okay? Let's keep going. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments and Lillian will shout them out. Otherwise, we'll move on to some more flow. Inhale, high on the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the hands. Inhale, halfway up to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold back down. This time, bend your knees, sit the hips low. Inhale for chair pose. And exhale, press to stand, hands to heart center. Okay, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Don't be afraid to smile. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to plank and lower. I see you all so serious. It's really warm in this studio, so we're sweating. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward, spin the left heel down, warrior one. So inhale, forward and up. Heel to heel alignment, or a little wider if you need to, yeah. So the right hip is drawing back, and you're really pressing firmly into the outer edge of your left foot. And again, you could keep your hands facing each other, or you could touch palms. You could even look up if you'd like. Inhale. And then exhale, let's open up to warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Sometimes you need to heel toe the right foot in. Yeah, and we want to get nice and deep because we are warriors, right? So we want to trust the strength in our legs. We're going to go in and out 3 times. Inhale, right leg straight, arms reach. Exhale, bend the right knee and lower. 2 more. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Last time, inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, bend and lower, and we hold, gazing over the right middle finger. And y'all can wink at our friends at home. Hey, we see you. Even if we don't see you, we see you. We know what you're going through. We feel you, right? It does help to know that we're all in this together. Sink a little lower. Good. And then straighten the right leg. Okay, you're going to heel toe the back foot in just a smidge, so our stance is just a little shorter for triangle, but our right toes are still facing forward. And then reach towards our friends at home and lower right fingertips to the shin or the block triangle. Yeah, so the beauty with triangle, it's not about how low you go. It's definitely not a competition. We want to find how much length we can create, and can we level our shoulders and our hips in alignment with each other. Looking good. Turn the head to look down at the right big toe. Push into the earth. Inhale, up to neutral. And then exhale, bend the right knee. You might have to widen your stance to find warrior 2 again. And just remembering you are strong, and maybe taking a moment to repeat your I am statement or affirmation. Sink a little deeper. Turn the right palm up. Left hand back. Inhale, reverse. Take a few breaths here. Imagine the light in your heart is shining through your rib cage as you inhale. And then exhale, windmill your hands to the floor, either side of your right foot, spin onto your left toes. And unless you're pregnant, if you're pregnant, you can open up again. Otherwise, keep the left hand down and twist. Pavarita Parsvakonasana. Yeah, right knee still bent 90 degrees. You can still use your block here. Let's just get into the arm and the heart. So 3 times we're going to backstroke with our right arm. So you're going to reach your right arm back and down, circle. Inhale up, exhale back and down, releasing tension in the shoulder and the neck. And the next time the hand comes down, keep it down. Press into the earth, step the right foot back to plank. Slowly lower chaturanga if you'd like a vinyasa. Or just wait for us in down dog or child's pose. Yeah, and that was a lot on one side. So you might want to stick out your tongue or make a sound. I'm big on sounds. Yeah, so healing. This time it's the left leg that lifts up. Inhale. And exhale to step the left foot forward, spinning the right heel down, inhaling forward and up, warrior 1. Warrior 1, heel to heel alignment, left knee tracking forward over your middle 2 toes, yes. Yes, queens, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot, right leg is so active. Okay, and again, you don't have to take yourself so seriously. We're doing Facebook Live yoga. You can have a sense of humor right now. Normally in my classes we have some crazy bumping music, but just enjoy. Palms might touch as you inhale, and then exhale, open up to warrior 2. So the right arm back, left arm forward, and if you need a heel toe the left foot in, you can always find heel to arch alignment. Yes, and then 3 times. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee, lower down. Again, inhale and exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale, hold your warrior 2, gaze over the left middle finger. Remember, you are strong, you are a warrior. Wave at your friends at home. Okay, get in deeper. We're all into this together. It's not easy for anyone, I promise. Okay, maybe it's easy for some people, but most of us, no. And then straighten the left leg, inhale, pause for a moment. You can heel toe your right foot in so your stance is a little shorter, but you're still heel to arch or heel to heel for triangle pose. So keeping the legs straight, let's bring those right toes a little bit forward so they're in front of the heel, good. So keep the legs straight from the hip, reach through the left side of your body, and then lower the left fingertips down to your shin or your block. Right arm up, Trikonasana, good. Keep wrapping the left hip under the body. Gorgeous. length, extension, expansion. Imagine that beautiful light in your heart, all that light that we just saluted, extending through every limb of your body. Yeah, like a superpower. And then turn your head to look down at your left big toe, press into the earth. Inhale up to stand. Your right arm still stays up. And exhale, bend your left knee, warrior two. Okay, yeah, that right foot might want to come back a smidge so that you can get really fierce in this warrior pose. Then the left palm turns up, right hand back, reverse your warrior, about 3, maybe 5 breaths. And just imagine that you're opening all the intercostal muscles between your ribs so the light in your heart can shine. One more inhale. And then exhale, windmill your hands to the floor. Spin onto your right toes, keep the right hand down, and twist, left arm up. Shoulders away from your ear. Relax your jaw. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, lower the left hand down. Okay, step the left foot back. Optional vinyasa. You could rest in down dog or child's pose. You got 5, maybe 8 deep breaths here, depending on your pace. So whether you think you've been doing it right or not, the fact that you've been moving and breathing, sharing this experience is so valuable. Okay, we're going to finish this cycle meeting back in downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale high on your toes, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, walk a step or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair. We're just going to hang out in chair for a few breaths. Yeah, lengthen the tailbone. Find some peace here. Find some peace. We're going to do what's called an aura cleanser. So imagine that you have like this Velcro ball around you and people's energy gets stuck on your ball. And we want to cleanse our ball of energy, cleansing our aura. So this is the inhale. And the exhale is a fold, sweeping your arms down and back. And then inhale, chair, standing, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, we got 7 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last 5, cleansing your aura. You might know what is sticking to you. You might not even be aware. 3 more. Sound is fine. Inhale up, exhale. Last time, inhale up, exhale. This time, inhale to chair, and all the energy is stirring in your body, but you are still. Sweat might be dripping. Take 1 more inhale. And then exhale, press to stand, hands come to heart center. Close your eyes, let your thumbs touch your sternum and see if you can find your heartbeat. And come back to your affirmation or your I am statement. Whew. And blink your eyes to open. Okay, so our energy is high. We're at the peak of the practice. We're going to wind our way back down. But before we do, we're going to challenge ourselves. We're going to try something a little hard. If you're new to the practice, you might want to go do it against the wall. Okay? We're going to give it a shot, see how it goes. So let's bring our hands to our hips and check that your feet are hips distance apart, and you can find your hip bones or hip points. Okay? And then spread through your toes and just see how it feels to move from side to side. And then shift the weight over to your left leg, a little soft bend in the left knee, and cross your right ankle over your left thigh, just like we thread the needle earlier, okay? If you're like, whoa, Gigi, no way, Jose, tree pose is very similar, and that's an alternative, okay? Otherwise, the right leg is crossed and the right foot is flexed. And then you start to sit the hips back like you're going into chair, And you can bring your hands to heart center. And you're feeling a hip opener as you're balancing. And if you come out of the pose, who cares? Slow down and try to get back into it. So this is where you would fly your crow pose, flying pigeon rather. Yeah, you could take your hands to the floor or a block. You could rest your shin on your triceps. Yeah, you could come in and out. We're just exploring. It's nice to do something hard, do something that's challenging, do something that doesn't come easily. It's okay to fail. It means that you are trying something that is hard or new or different. And if you can come out the way you came in, great. If not, get out safely. But if you can even bring your right knee up before lowering the right foot down. I like to think of an Etch-a-Sketch. Kind of wiggle, shake it off. Start clear. Cleanse my aura. Okay? And whatever happened on the first side, it doesn't matter because we're starting fresh with the second side. So check your hip points. Feet are right under. Spread through your toes. You might shift side to side. Send the weight over to the right leg. Cross the left leg over. Flex the left foot. And remember, we were here for a while first. And so this is, if you want to take your, this is where you can choose. If you want to take your foot to tree pose, you can. If you want to stay here, if you want to say, hey, maybe I need a wall on this side. Okay, but the left foot needs to stay flexed. And then you sit the hips back. Think of scooping the belly out. Hands can come to prayer. And even this, just this, a little bend is such a yummy hip opener, and it's challenging. And it might be different on this side, and that's okay. And if you'd like to explore, you could release your hands to the blocks, or the hands to the earth. If you were deep in it, yeah, the shin could come to the triceps. You could fly your pigeon. Right? You at home might have come out and in 3 times already, and that's okay. We're just seeing how it goes today. We're going to try to come out the way we came in, lifting, maybe even bringing the left knee up before lowering the left foot down. Good, shake it off. Yeah, right? Okay. So the hardest part is done.
Okay.
Truthfully, sometimes the relaxation practice is pretty hard because we're so overstimulated these days, but the hardest physical part is done, okay? So we're gonna come back to the front of the mat. Tree pose, feet hips distance, or inner edges touching, arms by your sides, and close your eyes. Okay, this is yoga. Mountain pose, rather. Mountain pose at the front of your mat, Tadasana. And so many of the images of yoga that we see today is people standing on their hands or doing these crazy inversions. But really, how many of us know how to stand with confidence, with balance on our own 2 feet? And you might remember your intention. You could bring your hands together in front of your heart. If you want to keep your eyes closed for this one, you can. And then bend your knees as you inhale, chair. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to plank and lower. Inhale for your heart opener. And exhale, downward dog to child's pose. Okay, YogaVibes has so many amazing videos, deeply relaxing videos, full-length videos. If you're feeling like, hey, this practice just started, I need more, then click over to yogavibes.com, go watch another video. But we're gonna just wind it down with just a couple quick cooling poses, okay? From child's pose, you'll inhale up towards tabletop and swing the legs around, come back onto your back. Unless child's pose is your happy place and you just want to stay there. Okay, come back onto your back. Bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. Okay, so if you like bridge pose or upward facing bow pose or wheel pose, you could do either of those. If you have a block, you could also do a supported bridge pose. So all of them start with the feet hips distance, knees bent. If you're doing a wheel, your hands come outside your head, fingertips towards your shoulders, thumbs towards your ears. But if you're doing a bridge pose, hands down next to your hips. And then press into your feet, inhale, lift the hips up. Going into wheel, find the crown of your head. And then you could press your arms to straight to find your wheel. If you're in bridge, you could slide the block under your hips like Haley, or if you'd like to interlace your hands behind your back. Yeah, beautiful. So supported bridge or a bridge pose might be a longer hold than a wheel pose. So as soon as you feel like you need to come out of your wheel or your upward facing bow pose, you bring your chin into your chest so that you can lower yourself down carefully, finding the back of the head and the shoulders. And that way you can lengthen your spine as you lower. Okay, if you're on your block, you can press your palms down into the earth. Inhale, lift your hips up and remove your block. Lengthen the spine, lower the hips back to the floor. And then we'll windshield wipe our knees from side to side. Wipe your knees all the way over to one side and roll yourself up to sit. If you have something that you can use to sit on, like maybe a blanket or a bolster, you could sit on the prop to get a little lift in your hips. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Reach the arms up as you inhale. And forward fold for your feet as you exhale, feet flexed. Now sometimes if our hamstrings are tight, we can't reach our feet and we hunch in the back. So you could always bend your knees and hold onto your feet with bent knees because then your hamstrings are out of the equation. And then a few times you might try lengthening as you inhale, exhaling to lower. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to lower, relaxing. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lower. Start lengthening the exhale. And then releasing the feet, slowly roll yourself up. Okay, if you're on your blanket, scoot off, take it off to the side because you might like it for relaxation. Bend your knees, find your hips in the middle of the mat. Bend your knees, hips in the middle of the mat, and reach your arms forward and try to lower back with control, like you're stretching out your spine as you lower down. Good. Come all the way down. And if you'd like a blanket behind your head, you can. And then bring the right knee into your chest, straighten your left leg. Inhale deeply, and exhale, twist the right knee across your body. If there's a different twist that you'd prefer, that's fine. So the truth is, for those of you at home, if this practice didn't work for you, there's so many other types of yoga. This is just like one itty bitty tiny sliver of what yoga can be. There are not only physical practices, but mental practice, breathing practices, so many types of yoga out there, and they can all be found on YogaVibes.com. And there's still time to win a tank top, so if you're like, oh yeah, you want to tag a friend in the comments. And then start to inhale yourself back up to center. Exhale to switch your legs. Left knee into your chest, right leg straight. Deep inhale And exhale to twist. And if any one of you want to take a selfie of yourself practicing yoga with us, I mean, that's like some next level stuff. I would love to repost any of your images. And then inhale back up to center. Exhale both knees into your chest. Take another moment. Inhale, forehead to knees, squeeze. And then exhale, release for Shavasana or corpse pose. Just like any other posture, we want to set this up with integrity. So you could have a blanket under your head or a blanket under your thighs or even a blanket across the top of your thighs. You can cover your body with a blanket. You could cover your eyes if you had something like an eye pillow or a towel. If you had essential oils at home, this might be a great time to use lavender. And the truth is, Shavasana could be 20 minutes long because we are so overstimulated these days that really it takes about 15 minutes for your brain to slow down enough to have those sweet moments of bliss. But even if just for a brief moment you can forget and let go of all that humanness and just allow yourself to be the light, that light that we saluted, the light that is in us, each of us, and around all of us. You just give yourself permission to let go of the physical body. Let your physical form melt into the earth. And then let the energetic body evaporate into pure light. If you need a job, if your mind needs a job, you'll count your breath in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think we've done quite a bit of yoga here today. I'm going to leave these beauties resting in their Shavasana. They deserve it. If you at home want to stay in Shavasana, take as much time as you can possibly take. It really can change everything in your day. And if you want more questions or more information, post onto the YogaVibes Facebook page. We'll also be announcing winners for the tank tops. But feel free to stay in your relaxation or come up to a meditation and just know and trust that no matter where in the world, I see you. I know that you're doing a great job at this whole thing of being human. And if there's anything I can do to support you, let me know. I'm here. I'm Gigi. Thanks for practicing with us here at YogaVibes. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.